We think of the sun as a huge fire, but is it burning? Or is it a cosmic nuclear explosion inside it, which is older than time? How is an incredible force born inside the sun, which has been enlightening the Earth for billions of years? And if one day this power goes out, then what is our fate? Join us to find the answers to these questions in a spacecraft where every information will surprise you and the mystery of the universe will move forward. Welcome, dear Searchmate. Today we are on an unprecedented expedition in the depths of a cosmic power center where time, heat, and energy have given birth to greatness. The sun, it is not just a bright sphere in the sky. It is the main source of life, the base of energy, a mysterious giant in the universe. But what have you ever thought? Is the sun a sphere of fire? What is the source of its energy? How does it drive our world? And one day when it goes out, what will happen? Today, we will uncover the deepest truth of the sun. How does it radiate light and heat? How does it create and protect life? And one day, what happens when its energy is gone? So, are you ready? Let's start on the most mysterious journey in the universe. Is the sun really on fire? Every day, the sun enlightens our Earth. A strange force spreads in every corner of nature. When you look at the sky in the morning, the sun looks like a huge burning sphere. Its golden light warms us around us. But think for a moment, is this huge sphere burning in the fire? When we see the fire on Earth, it is a familiar scene. It is only derived from heat and fuel. But if there is no oxygen in space, then how does the sun produce such a huge amount of energy? The truth of this takes us into a deep mystery. Here we have a special answer. The sun is not really burning in the fire. The sun generates its energy through the nuclear fusion process, where the atoms combine with each other to create energy. This energy is 1,000 times stronger than the ordinary fire on Earth, and it is difficult to imagine at what temperature it is radiated. If you want to understand the nature of the sun, you need to understand that this is not a common fire. It is a cosmic power that creates huge energy without oxygen, keeps the Earth warm, and spreads the light throughout the universe. The true power of the sun, nuclear fusion. Imagine, one day he woke up in the morning and saw there is no sun, just dark, dreadful cold, and one deep emptiness. Within a while, the Earth will begin to become ice. The plants will die and oxygen production will stop. Humans, animals, no one can survive. Fearful imagination, isn't it? But how is the sun giving us light, heat, and life? Is it a huge fire? No, the sun is not shining like fire. This is a huge nuclear reactor where an incredible energy explosion occurs regularly. What is nuclear fusion? Every second, the central wonders of the sun occur in the central part of the sun. 600 million tons of hydrogen atoms collided with each other and converted to helium. And the energy generated in it equals about 400 billion megatons of TNT explosion. This is nuclear fusion, the most powerful process in the universe, which keeps the sun lively. How does the nuclear fusion happen? The temperature in the center of the sun is 15 million degrees Celsius. The horrible stress and heat here are so high that the hydrogen atoms collide and convert to helium. This transformation generates infinite energy, which spreads from the sun to our Earth. But what if this process stops? The Earth will slowly cover in the dark. All animals will freeze in the ice. The existence of mankind will disappear. The horrible reality, isn't it? Now you understand that the sun not only gives light, it is the root cause of our existence. Levels of the sun. Ever wondered what exactly happens inside the sun? If we could cut the sun and see the depth of it, what could I see? The sun is not just a sphere of a bright fire. It is a huge energy center where wonderful events are constantly occurring. There are many layers inside the sun, and each has its role, which works together and keeps our solar system enlightened and warm. Let's take a look at those mysterious layers inside the sun. Core, source of the sun. It is the center of the sun, where the temperature reaches 15 million degrees Celsius. Imagine, every second here, billions of hydrogen bombs are equal to the bomb, which creates an incredible amount of energy. If it stops, the sun will go out for a moment. Radiatory zone, slow power C. The energy generated in the core flows severely at this level. It is as if the light is slowly spreading through a huge fog. Imagine that it takes thousands of years to reach the world of light produced in the core. Convective zone, stream-like boiling liquid. This level of hot gas rises and cold gas down, which creates incredible mobility. It is like a huge boiling water bubbling, where energy is constantly dancing. Photosphere, visible face of the sun. When we look at the sun, we actually see this layer. It is the surface of the sun where the rapid movement of hot gas is seen in the sun and the formation of the sun. Chromosphere and corona, the cosper of the sun. This exterior of the sun is incredibly heated, which sometimes exceeds 10 million degrees Celsius. Surprisingly, this layer is hotter than the sun's core. Why? It is still a mystery to scientists. However, when you see the solar eclipse, this layer is illuminated like a bright light ball. These layers save the sun together, illuminate the Earth, and survive our existence. Solar storm, sun's defense. The sun, which is our source of energy, is not always quiet. Sometimes it bursts into fierce anger through the explosion. Solar storm, a terrible energy explosion where the waves of charged particles spread to space at incredible speed, more than 10 million kilometers per hour. The devastating effects of it. The satellites can suddenly be disrupted. The radio signal is disrupted, which can upset the communication system. Electricity grid can be disrupted, which can cause the whole city to be submerged in the dark. But a solar storm not only brings destruction, it also creates a cosmic beauty. When these charged particles enter the Earth's atmosphere, Aurora Borealis and Aurora Australis are created. A dreamy light is dancing throughout the sky. It is like a magical light in the universe, where the sun's wrath becomes a fascinating beauty. The sun and space travel. The power of the sun gives us lives, but it can take a terrible form. Sun radiation is a huge challenge for the innovators who are in space. This acute radiation can damage their body cells, even in the long term, to create serious health risks. So it is most important to ensure their protection in space travel. But do we understand the sun? To find the answer to this question, NASA's Parker Solar Probe has so far reached the closest to the sun than any spacecraft. It is collecting data that enters through the sun's horrible heat and radiation, which can change the future of our space travel. From its research, we can find out, how does the sun spread its strength? How does the solar storm affect our technology and the environment of the world? This information will one day help us to better control the power of the sun and make space travel safe. Solar power is our future, but if it is uncontrollable, it can be terrible. The future of solar power. Imagine a source of energy which will never be exhausted. The sun not only gives us light, but it can also be the key to the future power of mankind. Today we are operating houses, offices, or even the whole city through solar panels. But can we think of something bigger? A Dyson sphere, a huge space structure which is absorbing all its energy surrounded by a whole star. Infinite power, no pollution, no restrictions. If it becomes a reality, then the word lack of power will be forgotten. What will be the power of the future revolution? Or will we move on to some more extraordinary innovations? What if we had two suns? There is a sun, but if we had two suns in the sky, what would have happened? Imagine if the Earth was part of a binary star system. How would it feel? In the light of the two suns, the Earth became a wonderful world, but more warm and intense. The night did not exist. It was only endless sunny and heat like fire. Would such a world be suitable for us to survive? Due to excess heat, the ocean would have dried up, the green forest would disappear, and the Earth would become a vast desert. However, the question is not the end here. If such a world would have been real for us, could we have life in that world? Or did these two suns just turn the Earth into a burning? A world, two suns. Imagine how we exist in such a world. The life cycle of the sun. The sun, an invaluable source of energy in our lives, was born 5 billion years ago. And now, this huge power has passed half of its journey. But think, how much time is left of this incredible power? 5 billion years. But one day, there will come the moment when the hydrogen inside the sun is over. Then he will change. One is huge and dangerous. The sun will become a red giant and spread, and swallow all the planets on its path. What will happen then? Mercury, Saturn, and even the Earth can be burned in the sun. Our favorite world, where our lives are going on, where we dream if it is just a zero. But this is not the end here. Finally, the sun will tear its outer layers, and the white dwarf will become white. Gradually, its brightness will diminish, and the sun, which was once the center of our lives, will disappear. It will be a slowly extinguished fire, which will be the most touching departure in the world. The sun has been with us for billions of years, but one day it will end. What if the sun suddenly disappeared? Imagine if one day you get up in the morning, there is no such thing. In just 8 minutes, the Earth will be covered in the dark. Within a few hours, the temperature will start to come down horribly. The floor will become frost. Within a few days, the oceans will become frozen. Within a year, the Earth will become a terrible, lively ice planet. No light, no heat, no life. The sun is not just a star, it is the basis of our living, the vibration of our existence. If it is lost, the Earth will slowly turn into a dead rock in the universe. The sun's effect on time and season. Think, if there was no sun, then our time, season, or even day and night would not exist. The Earth not only rotates around the sun, it is a bit halted, and this little slope determines the intense heat of summer and cold in the winter. When a certain part of the Earth is leaning towards the sun, summer comes. And when it moves away from the sun, winter comes. Imagine for a moment, if you're now in the iceberg, no, it's just because of the slopes of the Earth. And if you're in the heat, then you should understand that your position in the sun is a little more lean. This little change has made our lives so diverse. But how is the time determined? In ancient times, people calculated the time by seeing the shadow of the sun. Then the sunshine was created. For the first time in human history, a counting machine. Think, if the sun was not there, how would we calculate the time? Where was the difference between day and night? Even today, our modern watch calculation is determined based on the movement of the sun. Not only does the sun give light, but it controls our time, season, and even life. Today we unveiled the intimate mystery of the sun. The sun is not just a burning sphere. It is a source of essential energy in our life, a cosmic nuclear power center, which has saved our Earth with warmth and light for billions of years. In today's discussion, we learned how incredible energy was created in the nuclear fusion process that took place in the sun. This energy keeps our daily life, enlightens our day, and warms our nights. So, whenever you look at the sky, remember, you are not just seeing a star. Rather, you're witnessing the vibration of our existence, an indescribable force in the universe. The mystery of the universe is calling you. Stay tuned to know more space aspirations. Subscribe.